Hello there, my lovely people. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make some oven baked honey garlic chicken Roma's kitchen style. So if you want to see how this gets done, stick around right after this intro.
Girl, you better can cook. Ticket there, you pay your pretty look. You want to live a restaurant and come done man bank book. Cook, recipe book.
I'm only using 5 pieces of chicken today, and to season I'm going to be adding in 2 teaspoons of onion powder, garlic powder, a teaspoon of salt, a quarter teaspoon of paprika, celery salt and ginger powder. Now I'm only using 5 pieces of chicken. That was 2 leg quarters, but I had cut one of the leg quarters into 3 pieces. Next, I'll be adding in some olive oil, and I'm going in with just 1 tablespoon of olive oil. That's to get everything nice and together. And if you don't have olive oil, you can use regular corn oil. Next, I'm going to be adding in just 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Then I'm also going to be adding in 1 tablespoon of molasses. Next, I'm going to just mix everything together, ensuring that each piece of meat is well covered with all the seasoning goodness. And I'm also going to ensure that I go under the skins of the chicken because I did not remove the skin from my chicken. Okay, so that's perfect. I'll leave this to rest for at least 1 hour. Now 1 hour later, I'm going to be adding the chicken pieces on a baking sheet, and you can add some foil paper to your baking tray. I'm just adding some good parchment paper here, but you can use foil as well. Alright, that's good. So I'm going to place these babies in the preheated oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes, then move on to making the sauce. Now for the sauce, I have here a tablespoon of unsalted butter in my pot, and my pot is currently over low heat. So the butter, it's taking its time to melt down just a little, and it's over low heat because next I'm going to be adding in just 1.5 tablespoons of finely chopped garlic and a half tablespoon of ginger. So you definitely want to keep your pot over some low heat because you do not want that garlic and ginger to burn. So I'm going to keep moving it around over the low flame. You want to do this for about 2 minutes until the garlic it's slightly brown but not so brown, because of course you don't want it to get that little burnt flavor. But we're cooking the garlic and the ginger now in that unsalted butter. Loads of flavor. Next, I'm going to be adding in 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. That's a half tablespoon. Then I'm going to add another half, so that's 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. I'm going to mix everything together. And you want to keep your flame still over low heat. Next, of course, I'm going to be going in with some honey, and I'm going to be adding in 3/4 cups of honey. You can add anywhere from about 3/4 to 1 cup of honey. That's great, mixing everything around here. Okay, so next I'm going in with 1 tablespoon of molasses, and this molasses will give it such great flavor. Pouring that all in the pot, and my pot is still over low heat. Alright guys, so next, to turn the flavor up a bit, I'm going to be adding in 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. And you don't want to overdo it on the sesame oil, because sesame oil has that kind of flavor that you don't want to overdo it in your dishes. So next I'm going to add to this some cornstarch slurry, and that's to get my sauce nice and thick. You want to add a little at a time, then you mix it together, add a little more. And for this slurry, it's just 2 teaspoons of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of water. Mix it together, add that in your sauce a little at a time. That's perfect. Now I'm just going to mix it together. While my stove is still over low heat, you do not want your stove to be high here, because this will dry out quickly. And once you see that this gets nice and thick, just like this, you want to turn your stove off, because as I said, you don't want to dry your sauce out. So this is perfect. Now I'm going to move on to actually using this to baste the chicken. So here are my chicken pieces after the first 20 minutes. I'm just adding the sauce to it. And when you're basting your chicken, you want to actually do this at least 3 times over the 50 minutes that this will take to actually bake, because you want layers of that sauce on your chicken. That's one side done. I'm going to be turning these, and I'm just going to be adding the sauce all over these as well. Add as much of that sauce goodness as you'd like. That's perfect now. So once this is filled with sauce, I'm going to put this back in the oven to bake for another 30 minutes. And voila, 30 minutes later, these are my chicken pieces, my honey garlic oven baked chicken. Wow, smelling good, looking good, and trust me, it tasted even better. Here I served it. Trust me guys, yummy. Really yummy. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this recipe and what you'd eat some honey garlic oven baked chicken with. Here I served mine with some festival, and if you want to see this festival recipe, also let me know in the comment section. Of course, if you like the video, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn your post notifications on. Until next video.